And hey, everybody, welcome from Tiara, Hugo, myself. It's another episode of The Outside Looking In. So we now have the man famous for platforming himself with a glass of water and context, telling Nigerians that they should actually now go out and defend themselves. For me, I think it's the people that give these people the platform to come and talk all this rubbish. Because now you're saying that the Nigerians should come and defend themselves. But what happened to the job that your principal has to actually defend the Nigerian people? Because if you're saying that no, they should go out and they have the right to defend themselves, what you're trying to say is everybody can go and get whatever weapons they need to defend themselves. As in, who gives? Why are these people given these sort of platforms to exert themselves? You know, these TV programs or these platforms should be getting some stake as well, because you can't be platforming people that you know don't have anything reasonable to say. Okay, yes, the country wants to hear them, wants to see them. You get more traction by putting them on, but they really don't have anything.
Well,
Yeah.
well, before you realize that somebody has nothing to say, you have to give the person a platform to hear him out. So, I mean, if they hadn't given him the platform, you wouldn't have known that this was what was milling about in his head before he was given the platform. Then he opened his mouth and allowed it leak out. So, yeah, sometimes whilst you look at the station and be like, how? But when you look at it, you'll be like, yeah, they should give everybody a chance to speak. So you will know those that are full of hot air and those that are full of substance. So yeah,
True,
giving them a platform to speak is the right thing,
true. But what?
even though
No,
sometimes.
no. What you said is totally tangible. Makes sense. Give them a platform to speak. So after you're giving them this platform, because you're giving them a platform to speak initially, not knowing whether, like you say, it's hot air or there's actually some meat to their melon. Now you found out that it's just hot air. Why do you keep giving them the platform?
Because it is important to hear from all sides
But there are a whole lot of other
of the
people.
story.
I think there's a whole lot of other people that you might as well go find out if these ones have hot air or there's actually juice to whatever they have milling in their heads. Because really, you give David Bwala, you've been giving him, and you have realized that he has really, he's just eloquent, but has really nothing to say, or no, there's not really nothing to say. But you know that all he's going to say is with the ruling party.
Yes,
So,
so Daniel Bwala, he works for the ruling party. He he is the senior special advisor on policy and communication. So a lot of things you want to find out regarding the current government will come through him. Whether he has spoken nonsense in the past, or you
oh,
still have to
okay,
go back there. You-
okay.
Yes, it's his job to make these speeches on behalf of of
Of the
the
government.
current government.
Okay. Okay. So
So
okay, with
yeah,
regards to that, that makes sense. Yeah, I can get behind them. I can totally get behind.
maybe Tiara is having her. She's still on mute. Maybe she's having.
No, I'm here.
Uh,
I'm here.
uh,
I can hear you.
uh,
Oh,
she just didn't want to
hallelujah!
talk, I guess. So well,
I
since
got in
Oh,
late, so
sorry.
like you guys had already discussed about it. So I was just waiting.
no, we hadn't really
Of
discussed
course, me,
about
I
it,
have.
but then again, so since it jump directly into the whole Bwala issue that we're just talking about. What's your take on it? But no, I think Ugo has really
Yeah,
said
I think
The
Ugo had given you reasons why you should give him a time to talk. And plus, also, people can sometimes it's not just what they say. Sometimes it's also what they did not say. Communication is an interesting thing. Like you give people airtime regardless of what they say, because sometimes you hear what is not being said loudly, and also people change. So it's possible that, like, even if he's no longer the representative of the government, it should not stop you from giving people airplay, because
yes,
you people can change, but also you can hear what wasn't said.
it's not being said.
yes, and sometimes giving them the airtime is you allowing them get roped with which to hang themselves.
Yep.
Because if Bwala did not receive airtime, he would not have said the things he said, with which Mehdi Hassan used to hang him on Al Jazeera. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Well,
But
that's
back
true.
to what he actually said, what he actually said about the insecurity that people should defend themselves. I get my own issue with the stations is you have to push back on some of the things. When somebody says something, you're not a sponge that they just throw water and you just keep absorbing it. You have to push back. So if somebody says, "Oh, the people should defend themselves," as as a thinking person, you should say, "Well, don't you think if people have come together and given up their rights to you to protect them as part of your duty, and you say, no, you guys should, yeah, and you say, no, you people should protect yourself. Don't you think you have admitted failure that I can't protect you, so do what you got to do?" So that's some of the stuff you expect to hear. So when somebody says that, you say, "Well, does that not mean you admitted failure in protecting folk if you want them to protect themselves?" Then you hear what they say, and that's how the conversation should go. Not that they just keep throwing it and you keep taking it. And I don't know. The government by dwellers have, yes. So it's, yeah, that was on OG's program, and she's not the most cerebral of us.
Ah,
Even
ah,
yeah, yeah.
ah.
I was expecting that from
Sorry.
Tiara. I was expecting that from Tiara. Just it just jumped out like, oh,
Why are you expecting that from
I
me?
was expecting it from you. So
Yes,
She
I agree with.
isn't
I
though.
surprisingly agree with Ugo. You know, I agree with
okay,
him.
great, because
Unfortunately,
I
it, it's not because she's a woman. It's I agree. She was last time. It's finished. It's not. It's not a. It's not a debate.
She, yeah. So yeah. So you would expect some, but it's not just limited to her. There are other people. Someone like this guy on channels. He'll be like instead of give back. So yeah, you said this. So by you saying this, don't you mean that? You expect some intelligent conversation, even if that person. But they just act like sponges. I don't know whether folk have been paid or you just say, look,
No.
just bring me on your platform. Do
So
not
you
ask me
know,
any hard question. I don't know.
do you
Go
remember
ahead,
the time
please.
when, like, I can't remember what happened, but like they were going to petition, or like they were going to punish media for the way they come off with information. And I can't remember what exactly it is, but I know on Arise they're talking about how, like, when journalists are asking questions from politicians and it seems like they are doing it from a biased position, they should lose their license. There was like a whole conversation about that. And I think that that conversation really spooked a lot of, yeah, it might have spooked a lot of journalists, so that they can't ask or um interrogate, or what's the word? What's that word when like you
no,
are
it's interrogate. That's
pushing back on
Push
a
back.
conversation?
Push back.
push back. Yeah,
interrogate,
you
push
can't
back.
push back
Yeah.
Yeah, but
on the things that they say. So I can't really blame them when they go. Because again, we have the illusion of free speech in Nigeria. It's just like it's just there, but it's not really, really like it's really just an actually not just free speech. I think human rights in general is just like it's like a sprinkle. It's like you might have human rights here, but maybe not. So I can't really. I think that we should also give context to why people behave the way they do. It might not necessarily be that they are unintelligent. It might just be that there is a lot of
They're looking out for
things
self.
that yeah, exactly.
Yes, I totally get that. But I think the way the Nigerian government operate, this current government is, if you're at a certain level, they will, they will give you some sort of leeway. Like if you're just a run of the mill person and you're trying to push, but you're talking too much, they'll just snatch you off the street straight up. But if you're at a certain level, the way Shehu, OG, and all these people play at, they won't just snatch you off the streets, I think. But then again,
Them
look at El Rufai. He was snatched off the
exactly.
streets. So well,
And even Rufai was saying he's not been given a lot of time to because like remember the last election, Rufai was very vocal about meeting a lot of politicians and having that conversation. If you've noticed, a lot of things have switched to Audrey because she seems like the less
well, she comes across
what's the
as the
word? That
weakest
is the
link,
word. The
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 less
path of
one with the
least
with the with the
resistance.
with the
antagonistic. Yes.
less sharp sword.
Antagonistic. Not less resistant, she's just less antagonistic. And like it's not just in like they don't have to snatch you off the streets. No, it's not like she's not
Well,
resistant. I like for instance, I can sometimes not be antagonistic. Doesn't mean I agree what you're saying. I'm just like, see, you know what, all crazy is crazy. I can't really change your mind and I'm going to accept it. Doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with it. I'm just like, I can get why you're thinking that way and move on. Right. So she's just less antagonistic. I can't really speak to whether she accepts it or not. That's not something I don't know. But
to keep it,
they
go
might not
ahead.
snatch
Sorry.
you off the streets, but they can
Mhm.
fuck you up in ways that are very nuanced, and you might not want that. So there's a reason why people do what they do.
To give it a bean with OG, she brings up a lot of these stories. She'll platform it, even though she won't uh, go deep, like push
Yeah.
back, but she'll try to platform it so you people will know that this is going on and that's going on. But yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe there's a method to the madness.
Okay, in my opinion, with regards to what you have just said, the Nigerian interviewer space has always taken that lack of questioning, lack of interrogative, intellectual questioning to heart. That's what they do, except for a few people. Um, Rufai, some people, one or two people on the breakfast show or the sunrise show or the morning show on channels. Um, Aburwa on News Central. These are the only people, Johansson as well on News Central. These are the only
Mm.
people that I know that come across as cerebral interrogators on our TV stations. Let me pause a bit to refer to the NBC thing. Um, I think there was a court order to that effect saying that NBC can only regulate; they cannot ban or do anything punitive and all of that. So I think that's been sorted. But take, for instance, the way David Bwala was on Mehdi Hassan's show on Al Jazeera. There are no Nigerian journalists, save the ones that are called, that will call him out like that, that would ask those pertinent questions like that. Okay, you say A, B, C, D, and then the interviewer says, okay, based on these things you're saying, you said X, Y, Z at a certain time. How do you correlate both of them? No. Instead, they will just laugh. They will, like Sheun, like you said, would just laugh and just allow you. But Maybe there is a method to Delon madness, but we can't continue this way. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You keep platforming these people. Yes, it makes us realize that how empty-headed most of them are, and they just speak out of both sides of their mouths. But you still increase their notoriety, sorry. You still make them more famous or infamous than they should be.
No, I can actually even answer for him. I can tell you what he will say. He will say that it's not like I failed in this job. I'm just saying that you have to complement and supplement things. You cannot. I'm not. I cannot be responsible alone for your protection. You said, the Bible said, "Heaven helps those who help themselves. Help yourself. Help yourself." Yeah, of course. That's what they will say again.
Funnily now, all of a sudden, OG is now having interviews. Come on. Now having interviews. It was just a segment where she just talked about things going on. Now they're giving her interviews.
So now you see the point where like you might be punished for pushing back. I don't think you understand what is at play. You're assuming that everything is political. Everything, like anything, every job you see is political, right? And you need to always understand that fundamentally, everybody's playing politics. Fundamentally. Like even doctors are playing, everybody's playing politics. Oji is setting up herself in a way that she might be. Again, I don't know her. I'm just saying that like yeah, her game plan seems to be working out for her. Because if she's the least antagonistic, people can be like, I'm not going to talk on your channel except it's Oji that interviews me. Because again, they have to accept though, like you
True.
can't force them to come and talk on the interview. They can say they're not doing it. No. And there's nothing you will do about it. Right. So I guess what the people or what I can say that we should do is listen to what is unsaid. Like again, that is actually the most important information that you get out of anything. Not what is said. What was not said, and then make a decision based on that.
Plus, also, change is the only thing in life that's constant. Maybe Arise reasoned that, okay, uh, look, people are well, just like what Tiara said, people are not coming here because if they come here, fire is going to tear them a new one. So, you know what, we'll lure you in with OG. Who still platforms it? Who will ask one or two questions, not as hard hitting as Rufai, but then they'll be here and then based on what was said and what was not said, you, the viewers, can make up your mind. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. So maybe this is the way they have chosen to skin this particular cat.
And thereby doing away with cerebral interviewing. Okay.
We don't know if that's coming not coming back. Oh, again, it's possible that that will come back at some point
Convenient to
where
return
like
after the
closer
election
to
when it's of
election.
no
No, no, no,
consequence.
no. Closer to
Okay.
the elections, like 1 month or 2 months to the election, when like maybe an LP party comes and talks on our rise and gives a whole speech, then the APC will want to defend that. It would eventually get there. We're just not there yet.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a quick one. Then before we go too far away from security matters, there was the report of the secondary school students in Ogbonshore going to school with cutlasses. Tiara, what's your take with regards to that?
They have told them to protect themselves now. What do you want them to do? Like the props to them. Carry cutlass so because they have said that you should carry. They've given you law that if they ask you why you carry cutlass, you pull out the interview and say, see, oh, my president has said I should defend myself. So these are the issues. If they even have more than cutlass, prayer they should be carried. It was me. Yeah, by now. I carry weapons,
Well,
weapons
that's
that
true
people
because
will.
now
I
you
carry
said
ARs.
you can defend yourself.
You have told me to defend myself.
Ah, if you can,
It's open to
everybody will now start
interpretation.
looking for AR now. No need for cutlass anymore.
Everybody should carry around because that's exactly what you mean by defend yourself. Now, the American Constitution that says defend yourself, everybody have a gun. So we might as well just get there. This is exactly what I proposed in the beginning. From the beginning of when we're talking about security, I was like, we are love if you carry your own security on top of your own chest because obviously these people don't give a fuck about you. Carry your security to your chest. So we have AR. We should carry it to the school. By the time we have our population to
No,
like
that will,
100
no, that
million,
will happen in the
I'm
first
sure
five
everybody will have
years.
sex.
Uh, People will go down. But After
I don't
that,
think 5 years we are going into 5 years. I
no,
think in
five,
the
no,
first five
no,
months,
five
the
years.
population will have
5 years, everybody will still be
lovely.
trigger happy.
No.
Then after that, sanity will
Mhm.
now come like, man,
There's no
no,
sanity.
no, no,
You don't
no,
think
no,
you should know Nigerian people. There's no
sanity will
sanity that
come.
will
No,
come in.
sanity will come.
It won't
Because
come
first
in.
of all,
There
you will
won't be a
get,
time that sanity
see,
will
you will
come.
get tired. It's just like,
Do you know how many years that the US have allowed guns in there? Have they gotten tired? Isn't it every
yes,
day that they are
no,
mass shooting?
no, of course, people are
Is
this.
that many years they be
See,
going?
it's just like,
There's actually a tracker for how many mass shooting happens every
yes,
day. Like there's no one day that
Why?
they've not had a mass
true.
shooting. There's no see the gun gives you power to be mad. There is a spirit behind it that you be like, rather than use my words, I will use this gun. There's no point where human beings will ever get to a point I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of using this gun. I want to use my words. They are going to use it every
But
day.
you do see that it is not everybody, because the amount of mass shooters you have are not as much as the people that have guns. You agree to that?
So, so the thing is, you have to define what a mass shooting
A
is.
mass shooting,
There's a definition.
one person coming out and shooting, yes, letting fly bullets
I
and
think
all
it's at
that.
least four people.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah, at least four
at least
people.
four
Yeah.
people, whatever the amount of people.
Good.
So, but the thing
So,
is, it is one
so
person that does
if you
that.
come out and shoot two people, that's not a mass shooting. Do you understand?
Okay.
If you come out and you shoot three people, mass shooting. So those ones are underreported for the mass shooting tracker.
Okay.
Do you understand?
But since we don't have that data, we're just
So
using mass shooting.
what
Let's not skew it.
I didn't,
Ah,
no, what I'm saying is, no, we're not skewing it.
okay.
We're just saying mass shooting.
Yes.
So the amount, so you, what I was trying to argue that people will not get tired. If you're hoping that, oh, people, after a year, 10 years, people will say, okay, enough of this blood loss. No,
Let's have a
people,
conversation.
as long as you
Lie,
have,
lie.
as long as you have a gun, when you're in an argument with somebody, person, you punch me, I can't take this guy. What am I fighting for? When I have this and he doesn't, bang, bang. Or you walk in, you come, you walk in, you see the neighbor, he's on top of your wife. Say, what? And I have justice here. Bang. So, oh, I saw this guy, he jumped into my compound. I warned him. Bang. So it doesn't stop. It will never
It will
stop.
stop. Initially,
No
no,
way.
initially
But there's no
it's
data to back that.
it's better to back it now, of course. See,
Yeah,
see,
there's no
no,
data to
okay,
back it. That's
what
my
I'm trying to
point.
say, okay, in your opinion, it won't stop. I believe it will. It will not grind.
It's
No,
No,
not
no,
even
no,
no.
my
no, it will
opinion,
not.
is
No,
that there
see,
is data to
it will
back
not
that
grind.
it won't stop.
It will not grind to a stop.
So wait, cool down. What are you saying won't stop? Are you talking about the terrorist attacks?
Oh no, I'm saying the shooting. Oh, okay, okay.
No. The terrorist attacks.
Will reduce, obviously.
No. You haven't been. You're not clear. No. The
Okay,
question
yes.
is there are two things I'm asking here. Is it the terrorist attacks that will not stop? I think that will stop if
No, of
everybody is
course, yes,
armed.
that's what I'm saying. That
But
will reduce drastically. May stop or may not stop, but
yes,
yes.
but people shooting themselves, that will not
No,
stop.
it will not totally stop, obviously not. It will not totally stop.
Mm.
But there will be a level of sanity. It will not grind to a stop.
No, there will be no level of sanity. Then you start hearing that's it. There'll be new opportunity, new vistas to use these guns. Man,
Yeah.
I have this gun. Am I just going to use it for? You're in traffic. This person jammed me. What do you mean? It was your fault. Was it my fault, Abi? You pull out your Luger.
True.
There'll be
That's what
so
I'm
many
saying. In the
opportunities. So
first
it's a
5 years, that will be rampant. That will be rife. That will be right. But after a certain time, that's the reason why in places like the US, it's not every road rage incident that you see a gun because everybody
Because they
respects.
don't have their gun with
Oh,
them. It's not because of
no, no, no,
respect,
no,
though.
no.
It's because at the point of that road rage, wait, hold on, just pray. I can promise you that the reason why they are not shooting anybody on the road is because they don't have their gun with them at that time. if they do, they will probably be shooting on the streets. Let's just be frank. But also, well, if people are looking at this thing in a different way, assuming that all shooting is because there's a reason. I don't think you like the most likely solution or where we will eventually end up is that people will start killing people for no reason whatsoever, just
Yeah, you
because
know,
they
all
can.
these things you're saying are valid, but you do have to realize that, or you do have to put into consideration that the fact that everybody is allowed to have a firearm, let's even say from a certain age, means that this is now mutually assured destruction. So you coming and stepping to me that, oh, you have a firearm, it means you also have to take into consideration that I may also have, because it's no longer that it's only you that has the gun. You're
Let me play a
no,
scenario for
wait,
you.
wait. So you're coming up
Okay.
to my door, my car door, with your gun blazing. Oh, you hit me. Before you get to me, and I could shoot you through the door. So you also have to realize. So
So
that would actually keep people in check because you have a gun. You don't. That doesn't not necessarily mean I do not have mine and it's not cocked. I could have mine and it's cocked.
so I have a scenario for
Okay.
you. Eh, it's not necessarily that both of us have gone. It's best to draw gun. I hope you realize that again, it's not really about the fact that all of us when mass shooting happened, it's not like the person went there with the intention to think that oh, all the people they are killing here don't have gun and it's not cocked. They go there as if because they are the one that have intention, they are the first person that has the intention to kill. And so they would most likely do more damage before you can react. Because gun is not, I'm having a conversation with you. I have a gun. I have a gun. I'm going to put it on your head. I'll be like, you want to go? You want to go night night? No, it's not a conversation. They have removed gun. Everybody is go. It's not a, oh, I'm going to shoot you and then I wait for you to react, for you to bring your own. That's not never the situation. That's never the scenario. People just come into a place and open gun. It's never like that's why we never know why they are killing anybody. Just come in. They'll just come into your own office now. Before you can even bring out your gun, can shot everybody.
But it's not the majority of the people. That's what I'm saying. If it were the majority of the people doing this, they would be extinct. So yes, there are always going to be one
So
or two
okay,
not cases in maybe,
One or two.
yes, of course. No, no, of course now. Check it now. How many mass shootings do you have in a year? No, no, no,
As-
no, no. How many
So
mass?
in a
How
year,
many?
there are 300 and at least 365, at least in the United States.
I will let
One for
me
every year.
go.
One for
So
See,
every day of the
let's
year.
how
assume
many?
there are 600 mass shootings every day. That is 600 people in a year.
No, not 600. Okay, so people that can
Yes,
kill people, right?
600 people compared
Okay.
to the population of people in the states. So that is even less than 0.0001%. So you will have these
No, but like these
random
six people, these
cases.
600 people are killing 10 people
What?
or
No,
more.
but it's
So
still
let me let
600
me
people, not
cool.
300
So
million
data.
people.
So
600 people are killing 10
estimates.
people per time.
Can
Go on.
I jump in?
Yeah,
Estimates
yeah,
for the number of mass shootings in the US in 2025 vary significantly based on definition used by the tracking organization. According to the Gun Violence Archive, which defines a mass shooting as an incident where four or more people, excluding the shooter, are shot or killed, there are 400. This is in 2025. There were 407 to 425 mass shootings in
Call it
2025.
500.
These incidents resulted in approximately 420 deaths and 1,900 injuries. So that was 2025. Total deaths slash injuries. Key statistics for 2025. Total deaths slash injuries. Over 40,000 people were killed or injured by gunfire in 2025, excluding suicides. School shootings. There were 233 school incidents at K to 12 schools in 2025, leading to 221 total injuries and fatalities.
So
Firearm suicides.
600 people.
Preliminary estimates. What do you
Wait,
mean by
let me finish.
600 people?
600 people doing these
Preliminary.
killings. That's what we're,
That was
So no, hold
2025.
on.
yes.
Let me give you a reason. Let me help you understand it, right? You see these 4,000 or 40,000 people now that are injured. You think they don't have a reason to come after you? with their own firearm. Like, let's be realistic. Do you honestly think that these 4,000 people now that you have shot them are just looking on their bed and be like, oh, they shot me, I'm sorry, I'm good? You honestly think that that's what we're
But
going to
what?
get to as a
But
human
we
race? Or just be like,
no.
oh, they shot me, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
no. A whole lot of people will be like, yeah, they shot me, I'm okay, because
That was
All right.
the
2025.
active shooters in 2025 have been less than 700. What was the population of the US in 2025? So you will always have one or two flashes here and there. That's what I'm saying. Everybody is not going to go
The
because we
point,
have a gun
the
and
thing
go
is,
and kill
the,
everybody. That's what I'm saying.
no. So if you want to, when you want to compare, you compare places. So you're not just comparing the US. Compare the US with other Western civilizations. Do over 40,000 people get killed by gun violence in the UK in a year? Does that happen in China? Does that happen in France? Does that happen in Canada? Does that happen? So you compare them with other Western countries. If this does not happen, then there is a problem somewhere. Do you get? You can't just be living in isolation in your bubble, say, well, we can be killing ourselves. Well, if that's what you like, well, that's what you like. But when you compare it to other places that are civilized like you, there's a problem somewhere.
True.
Especially when you have school shootings, the kids are affected.
What we're talking about
Hey,
was defending ourselves. That's what we're talking about.
yes,
So
Yeah, but it will
yes,
spiral out, is my point,
it will
right? It will
spiral
yes.
out.
spiral out to something
Of course,
else.
it will spiral out. But all I say is that it will spiral out and still return to a manageable level.
Keep in mind that the US people, everybody have lights and they are eating.
Why
God, I'm saying.